All right, we got another dono request here from another one from Rana Hook. Thank you for your $10. This is a $5 donation, excuse me, from Rana. Really appreciate it. She wanted me to react to Tim Minchin, Prejudice. I believe this is a comedy sketch, but like a song much like Bo. This is Bo Burnham's kind of muse, right? This is his idol, I guess, is who he looks up to. So I'm curious for this. As you guys know, I really do love Bo and what I've been seeing from Bo. So I'm excited to get into this. And Rana told me to make sure I pay attention to the lyrics, to the words. So I'm going to do that. All right. Without further ado, let's get into Prejudice by Tim Minchin.
This is a song about prejudice and the language of prejudice.
I have to stop. This piano that he's playing right now sounds exactly like 100% note for note a Chicago song. Maybe I'll play a few after this, but
and the power of the language of prejudice. It's called Prejudice. Prejudice. In a modern, free-spoken society, there is a word that we still hold taboo. A word with a terrible history of being used to abuse, oppress and subdue. Just 6 seemingly harmless letters arranged in a way that will form a word with more power than the pieces of metal that are forged to make swords.
Words.
A couple of G's, an R and an E, an I and an N.
I feel like the crowd needs to just laugh. Just laugh. It's fine. It's what he's going for. Just do it. It's okay.
An R and an E, an I and an N. Just 6 little letters, all jumbled together, have caused damage that we may never mend. And it's important that we all respect that if these people should happen to choose to reclaim the word as their own, it doesn't mean the rest of you have a right to its use. So never underestimate.
You know what's crazy? I want to talk about what he's talking about in a second. The way he sings, well, let me rephrase this. The way Bo sings really is similar to this. So not only is his comedy style is he getting from this, but also his vocal style sounds a lot like this. Kind of crazy if you think about, like, if you had not told me that was his mentor, I'd be like, or who he looks up to, be like, he had to get inspiration from him, right? So it makes sense. For sure makes sense. He's kind of getting into a topic here that it ends up being a political topic, social political topic. Let's keep going and then
a right to its use. So never underestimate the power that language imparts. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can break hearts. A couple of G's, cheese, unless you've had to live it. An R and an E, even I am careful with it. An I and an N, in the end it will only offend. Don't wanna have to spell.
Bo had, and the one that I reacted to, Bo had a similar line.
A couple of G's, cheese, unless you've had to live it. An R and an E, even I am careful with it.
Where that at? That's 100% Bo sounds like that. That's crazy to me. It's almost, Rana, it's so weird. It's like if I were to shut my eyes, I would think that Bo is doing an impersonation of somebody else. It's weird.
An I and an N, in the end it will only offend. Don't wanna have to spell it out again.
I think his voice is a little bit better, obviously, but
Yeah.
Blues rip.
Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. So listen to me if you care for your health. You won't call me ginger unless you're ginger yourself. Yeah, only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Yep, when you are a ginger, life is pretty hard. Years of ritual bullying in the schoolyard. The kids calling you Ranger and Fanta Pants. No invitation to the high school dance, but you get up and learn to hold your head up. You try to keep you cool and not get head up, but
Rana, I feel like an idiot because I didn't even think about it. It's the same letters. I told you my brain is very. I'm dumb. I told you that. That makes that even funnier.
Pants. No invitation to the high school dance, but you get up and learn to hold your head up. You try to keep you cool and not get head up, but until the feeling of ill is truly let up, then the word is ours and ours alone. Don't you know that only a ginger can call another ginger ginger? Yep, only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. So if you call us ginger, we just might come unhinged. If you don't have a fringe with at least a tinge of the ginger in it, only a ginger can call another ginger ginger.
You know what's funny is you said that, Rana, but really what he's saying could apply to the other one too. Yeah, they have the same spelling, but also what he's saying could be applied to that. That's a good one. Yeah, he was setting up to think it's about the N-word, proving his point about prejudice. I mean, kind of, sort of. But when he said the song is called Prejudice, and then he had those letters kind of are gonna, he kind of led us there. Like, yes, you're right, but also he kind of led us there. Not like lettuce, I am hungry, but he led us to that. So I agree with you, but there's a little bit of leading there. Can't take all the credit for that.
Now listen to me, we're not looking for sympathy. Just because we're sensitive to UV. Just because we're pathetically.
Let's be real here for a second, because I like to be the devil's advocate here. When you think prejudice, ain't no way any of us think, oh, ginger. That's the first thing we're gonna think of when it's prejudice. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no way that's true. I can guarantee you that maybe aside from redheaded people, I'm gonna say everybody outside of that, I'm gonna say like 99.9%. Ginger is the last thing they think of, especially when you spell out those letters. It's probably the first one that's gonna come to mind. So yes, there's a little bit of prejudice there, but also he had a nice leading tone to it. But I do get the point. Yes.
Ginger, we just might come unhinged if you don't have a fringe with at least a tinge of the ginger in it. Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Now listen to me, we're not looking for sympathy. Just because we're sensitive to UV. Just because we're pathetically pale. Yeah, we do alright with the females. Yeah, I like to ask the ladies round for ginger beer. And soon they're running their fingers through my ginger beard. And dunking my ginger nuts into their ginger tea, yeah. And asking, can they call me ginger? And I say, I think that's appropriate. It's only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. And all the ladies, they agree it's a fact. Once you're gone ginger, you can't go back. Only a ginger can call another ginger.
I think what I was saying is, obviously he can't say that word, right? So he's essentially taking the song it would be with that word and just inputting ginger there instead. And then obviously changing the characteristics. If that makes sense. Ginger nuts are a type of cookie biscuit here in Australia. Yep. I watch Bluey because of the kids, and I also watch The Wiggles. So I know a little bit of, I know a little tiny bit about Australian stuff. Also, I know Bluey is in New Zealand, not Australia, but you get my point.
Yeah, and all the ladies, they agree it's a fact. Once you're gone ginger, you can't go back.
Also, I would love some ginger nuts in my mouth right now.
What do you mean by that?
only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Yeah, go Ginge, go you funky motherfucking ginger. Yeah, you can call us bozo or fire truck. You can even call us carrot top or blood nut. Yeah, you can call us matchstick or tampon. But fucking with the G word is just not on. If you're a gingerphobe and you don't like us, we will stand up to the fight if you want to fight us. But if you cut yourself, you might catch gingivitis. So maybe you should shut your funky mouth. Yeah, only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Yeah, only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. So if you call us ginge, you can't whinge if you're injured. If you don't have a tinge of the ginge in your minge, only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Yeah, and you know my kids will always be clothed and fed, 'cause Papa's gonna be bringing home the gingerbread. And they'll be pretty smart because they'll be well read. And by red I mean red and the other kind of red. It's a homophone. Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Only a ginger can call another ginger ginger.
Hey, he's fucking talented at the piano though, and singing too. But
only a ginger can call another ginger ginger. Just like only a ninja can sneak up on another ninja. Only a ginger, only a ginger, only a ginger, yeah. Are you listening? I'm not pointing the finger, I'm just having a singer. I am just reminding ya that only a ginger can call another ginger ginger.
I like that. That was sick. I still think that what I said is true, right? He's essentially writing that song about he's essentially writing that song about the other word, but he used the other word so that he can actually write that song, right? That was really cool. I want to hear more Tim. I definitely see the inspiration for Bo 100%. Like I was saying, not just in the type of comedy, right? The awkwardness, the having to explain jokes to the audience, the kind of using his facial expressions, the cold deadpan stare, all that stuff. The way he sings, all of that is like, oh, or Bo. I see that. I see it. Bo is Tim Minchin, just younger and American, right? Like 100%. He does like brushing up that line. Thank you, God, with a classic piece of ironic humor. Yeah. I mean, honestly, he's pretty far from the line. It's just, so he himself is far from the line, but the thought of what he's talking about is pretty close to the line, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like the audience has to take themselves to that line. So he's ridding himself of that responsibility, essentially. Really cool. I really like that. That was really, really cool. Thank you for that, Rana.